Hey everybody, I'm doing a Derby Owners Club Frankenstein build out, which is 2 cocktail cabinets. I just kind of want to show you a little bit about the process and what I go through. It's kind of crazy. Got a lot going on here, a lot of boards, a lot of stuff, a lot of tools. And if we make our way over here, you'll see the cabinets that I have in store. So these cabinets are CNC manufactured. As you can tell, I've got a lot of work that I've done on the screens, and I've got the control panel. These control panels are kind of neat. I'm using a material here called starboard, so instead of wood. And what that does, it's a cutting board material. It's what they're made out of. So I use the 3/4 inch, and CNCs cut those really well. I also do some protective masking when I'm working. That is real helpful because it keeps the dirt particles like that out of the cracks, so when you finish it doesn't look like a big line of dirt in there or lumber. And then what I do is some finishing. So I'll just show you kind of my finishing work. What I do is I make sure that these pieces are dark. That way when you apply any sort of molding, then it has a black interior to it rather than a white line. Just a little bit of finishing tips, right? And if you can notice right here, I've got the T-molding on. But I do have those strips. Now over here I've got the coin door. And as you can tell, it's there. Now I just put these control panels on and drilled the holes. But I mean, right now I've got a wired mess, right? So I work on the cable management. This is not the final product. And then inside of here what I have is kind of something cool. Let's see if we can turn it on. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my power strip up here on the second deck. So if you ask me for dimensions, not a problem. Notice the height, notice the shelf, and it's 2 feet across. That's simple. So it is a modified cocktail cabinet. It's not one that you can buy. It's one that I make. And then up here I have a speaker bar. It has headphones right here. So you can have 2 headphones. I don't know why, but if you wanted to. It's great for that late night gaming. And then this time around, I'm using more of a high gloss molding. I really like this. And I think it just adds a little bit more flair if you're from the 90s. And I'm from the 80s, so I can do flair from the 90s and the rest of it. But I don't really care about flair mostly. And then before I finish, so this is more about the finishing technique. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm covering the edges and the corners. And then it's the same thing here. So this was sort of a last minute addition. I did wood with the starboard. And then up here, I've got the Derby Owners Club control panel. So it's really kind of a natural fit as to what's going on. And then over here, I've got where the multi-game set goes. This customer ordered a multi-game setup. Now, I don't sell the cards. You buy the multi-game cards from Amazon or eBay. But I do set it up and configure it. So got some holes, got some pieces in, got it in there. No issues, no worries. All right, so this is kind of what it looks like before I get rolling. Here's the card reader, goes in here. Bazinga! And you can see that more protective tape everywhere. Really works out nice. And then what I'll do is come back and put some finishing. And then I'll put some other items on there. This is the only screw that was black. It just fit really well. All the rest of them are capped, which is standard in Derby Owners Club. You have a typical cap. Let's see if you can get that. It's not a Phillips head screwdriver, see? And that's kind of nice because it adds a nice finish. It's like a button cover type thing. So anyway, this is Ted. I'm signing off. I just wanted to show you this build as to how it goes in. I get a lot of questions about how to build this and why did you build it that way? And it's like, well, hey, I got the videos, but I just thought I'd show you part way through. This is part 1. When I finish, we'll have the final element.